Hello, I am Conti, back again with the Conticast. Today I am joined by another very special guest, an upcoming talent. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, DFMM. My name is Nokia Angel 2008.
Hello, Nokia. So, let's just start it off. When did you start playing PF?
Um, I started, I think, when I was like 7 years old. It was like 2017, I think, like early 2017. I
Mm-hmm.
know it was like the old UI, the blue one,
Mm-hmm.
but there was like skins, so I think that was like the time frame because it's all kind of hazy, but I think, pretty sure that's when.
Okay. What rank are you in main game? Do you still even play main game?
Um, I don't play main game anymore, but on my main, it's 294, I think, and
Oh, okay.
I think I'm like rank 330 combined.
Okay, you're pretty high. You're pretty high up there. So, I remember you talking about being a Clipper. Were you a Clipper for a long time, or was that just like for fun?
Yeah, I was a Clipper for a long time. There's a lot of lore between that.
Okay.
But yeah, I started clipping around early to mid 2018, I think when the PDXSM 18 recruitment challenge
Okay.
started.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I was just clipping around summertime. I was really bad and I
Mm-hmm.
was getting really excited over like 20 star trick shots. But then right around when third grade hit, big third grade.
Third grade.
Yeah. So when the third grade hit, oh, that's India. So when the third grade hit, I started. I met some Clipper friends. Oh, actually, yeah, I met during summertime. There was a game called Trickshot Forces, and
Mm-hmm.
in there I met a guy named like Go Guardian,
Yeah.
who will later join on to go on to join Paradox. But he
Mm-hmm.
was, I think, pretty much my first Clipper friend.
Mm-hmm.
Also met iPhone XC back in the day. Also trick shotted there. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right around when third grade hit, I'd say that's when I started to join the com and interact with people.
Okay. And can you recite any of like the clans you were in or any of the teams, like the clipping teams that you were on?
Yeah, I was in a lot of them. Probably my most known one, Corba. I was an exotic trial member, Adversity, Blaze. Um, what else? I'm trying to think. Yeah, there was a lot of them. Forgotten Sniping.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I never made it to any tier one clan, but that was those I think were the most notable. I was also in Divine. Yeah, Divine was probably the earliest clan I was ever in. That was a
Mm.
yeah.
Did you ever make it into like any of the montages or stuff like that?
Oh yeah, I got like a bunch of them.
Mm, okay.
I think
Okay.
I got like around three or four. The
Okay.
last one though, I mean, I was in a team Taj like not too long ago, like beginning of 2025. I was in a, I had a couple clips in a team Taj, but um, yeah, all the EPs I had, all the EPs and intros and stuff I had are unlisted, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're still around. I have the links to them and stuff.
That's sick. That's sick. So who or what introduced you to competitive?
Um, so I was bored. It was summertime, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, bro, all the games are fucking boring, and I was like, uh, I tried like comp and like other games
Mm-hmm.
like Arsenal and CB like back in the day,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah.
And I was just bored, and I was like looking through my whole Discord account because I have like a bunch of Discord accounts. So I was looking back at like my older accounts, and I was in older servers, and I went in this Phantom Forces archive server because Clubbing.com trying to make like a bunch of archives so we could trick shot on because main game is just really shit, especially for trick shotting. Like trick
Mm-hmm.
shotting is like pretty much completely fucked.
Yeah.
And so uh, yeah, so I was in that server. I joined it like 2 years before, but I saw this link posted by Amber Green, the dev, and I knew him. I didn't even know he was called Amber Green, but I knew him because I sent him like because I had a bunch of maps from
Mm-hmm.
editors and stuff in the Clipping Com because they have a bunch of like unlisted maps. So I literally had like all the V6 maps, so I just sent it to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he got all of them, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw the comp link, the PFMM link in there, and I was like, well, I knew Tayukas played in there, and because I was in Syndicate with him, and I knew he was a comp player, but
Right.
I didn't really know the details of it. I didn't. I was always kind of like hesitant about like joining comp. I never really had the urge to because just like I don't know, there's always a negative connotation behind it, and
Right.
the extensive history between clubbing versus comp community,
Mm-hmm.
which I know a little bit about, but not too much. But I know like the brief history of.
Okay.
Yeah, I just yeah, I
Okay.
started just studying comms, asking Taikas,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, yeah, time to queue up, and just been trying to improve ever since then.
So the rumor is true that you took like about a week. You took like a week to, study up on comms, make sure that you knew what you were doing, make sure you knew what you were talking about to prepare for your queue.
Yeah, I think it's around like 3 or 4 days. I don't think it's like a full week, but yeah, I was looking at all the like the maps for comms and stuff,
Mm-hmm. Can you talk
and
about what else you did, like besides comms? Like, was there any like, did you go into the maps and like focus on your pathing, or like was it just the comms?
yeah, I just ran around the maps and like in like private servers to try to like increase my like movement on it. And I still do that actually. Like I literally just run around with like my knife out and shit and like shooting random angles throughout the map, like
Mm-hmm.
no mind into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's just one of a boredom thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't know. It's more still more attentive than aim trainers, bro. I just can't with aim trainers.
Right. Right. So what was your first queue like after you prepared? Did you get like shit stomped or what happened?
So I remember I was playing with so I don't know what team I had, but I know Two Step was on it, and it was just me and him in the VC,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the elevation was like the only comms I really know. It was I mean I knew them, but I didn't know because this was a lot on that map.
Mm-hmm.
So like I got in there and I was like, oh, I was worried, and then like I was actually doing decent. Like I wasn't really going hard negative,
Right.
and then I remember I peaked hill, bro. I peaked hill from like the side of big blocks, and I like killed three like all in like a really nice spray transfer, and it was just like it kind of clicked for me there.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up going 38 and 38 for my first game, which actually
Yeah, it's not
wasn't
bad.
bad.
It's not bad. And then how have your queues been ever since? Have you seen like have you felt your improvement, or have you felt that you've stagnated?
Yeah, I've definitely felt the improvement. I think it really started after like ice or whatnot. Like after I was done with ice, after that tournament ended, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, I noticed a lot was better. And I was like, especially if I was playing with like people like Boxy or in like Fry or Low Burger Q, I could like tell them what
Mm-hmm.
to do on maps or whatever. Like I
Right.
was just
Right.
kind of main IGL, even though like truthfully, I don't really know too much about the game still. Like if super low play time,
Mm-hmm.
especially compared to everyone compared to here, but like
Right.
that definitely taught me a lot. Like build. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. He did a lot of good calling on that team. I
Mm-hmm.
think everyone really played their part. I think teamwork was really just a big X factor in that team. That's
Yeah.
why we're able to make it super far. That
Mm-hmm.
taught me a lot.
Okay. We're gonna get into ice soon, but I've just another personal question for you. You've had a pretty quick. Oh my god, you've had a pretty quick rise to fame, getting pro Q in only a month of being here. Can you talk about how you got there? Like what? How did you get pro Q so fast? Did you just want it more than other people?
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So like, yeah, definitely in my first Qs, like I really was like making sure like I wouldn't get like clowned on. So that's kind of like where my super like calmy, I guess, plays though. Like I calm a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially screamed it a lot back then. I think I've chilled out on a bit now, but I make sure to get my comms in.
Right.
But
Right.
that was also like that's also why I study, just because if you're communicative, it's just like
It's
you
better. Yeah. It's
really feel like you're gonna get shit on by other people. But shit, what was the question again, bro? I'm so dumb.
it's
Uh,
Can
oh
you
yeah, the
talk about
perky,
how?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, ever since ice, yeah, it's definitely I've been feeling the improvement. Been and also I've just been playing a lot more, especially the week that I got Pro Q.
Mm-hmm.
And the day that I got Pro Q, I remember I think what solidified it. I would literally top frags on like literally every game I played that day. I don't know how. And most of them were like early ender games. Like we had two FFs on Neon that I top fragged on,
Right.
and we got to black site or no site, and it was me, Lemonhead. Yeah, it was me, Lemonhead. I forgot who else, but it was not a fair team at all, bro. It was the other team was literally fucking Pulse, Quern, Bowler, and Wally.
Hmm.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it was me, Nine Ticks, and Anton and Epic as the like main four,
Hmm.
and then I just like I remember I hit this like crazy ass fucking 3K with Exec, and it was like,
And that just
hey, I was
solidified it
just
for
having a
everyone. Right. You're having some life
no,
games.
that yeah, it just basically like helped me with the momentum that game. I was like fragging out that game, and I ended up with 61 second fragging. We
Hmm.
got like quadruple 60, and I never dropped a 60 before, and that was my first 60. I mean, not yeah, I guess my first like legitimate 60.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, it was just definitely unexpected. And we won that game too, which is pretty big shocker because the other team was pretty much literally a H word.
Well, let's move on to Ice. You played for Ice along with Jafin Remster, Nick, and Teokis. Can you talk about the experience playing with the number one and arguably the third best player in the game right now? Well, arguably one and two, not one. Oh my God, let me restart. You played on you played on ice with Nick, Remster, Jafin, and Teokis. Can you talk about your experience playing with the number two and number three player? Do you think they guided you at all into like their win, or do you think that most of your skill from those matches was your own?
So I remember the beginning of Ice, like I was at school, bro, and they were like, I was just looking in the PFMM chat, and I saw like Guru. I think Guru wanted me on his team during that, like when it was starting to get organized. But I remember Bill talking about it too, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe we can get Nuki Angel." And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I hit him up because I was like, I do not want to be on five guys, bro. I got to get out of here. I got to get any chance I can take. And then yeah, so he sent me a link to the server, and yeah, I think we had a scrim that day, and I actually did pretty well. Um, I'd say, yeah, it took me a couple more scrims to like really solidify. I remember a scrim against SDBD, I really went off,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's like when the improvement really started to kick in. But
Right.
yeah, it was really fun. I showed up to every scrim. I made sure to do that. I was like really taking it seriously, and
Mm-hmm.
because honestly, I mean, I don't have much to do other than PF a lot because I'm still like a
Yeah.
younger player.
You're
So,
still a little youngin. So,
and sorry, my bad,
no, you're
but it
good.
was
Yeah.
just yeah, it was a really nice learning experience. I knew Tychus as well, which made it a lot easier.
Right.
And Remster and Build, like I never heard any of them rage. Like I didn't really hear Epic like verbally rage, but every time he was subbed out, you could tell it was because of his mental.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all great for them. It was yeah, I never had an issue with anyone on that team. It was really good. We were all communicative. We all played our roles, and that was like a really big part too. Because I
Mm-hmm.
knew, yeah, Build and Rem, like they just pretty much just frag out, take the space, do whatever,
Right.
solidify the point. So I was like, yeah, I just got to play my role, be communicative, take it seriously,
And
and yeah, that's
talking about playing your role, were you nervous at all going into such a powerful team like that? Were you anxious like seeing how good these players were, like, and you were like the bottom of the starting five? Like, was there any like nerves feeling that you had to pull your weight in order for the team to work really?
oh yeah, definitely. I remember, yeah, the first game of the queue played Suburbia,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, like I was like, oh, they're gonna show me like so hard here because I remember I won like 36 and 41, I think. So it wasn't like that great performance. But then like, we were like, especially Sundish too. It was like, yeah, shout out Nokia. He's playing like really selfless, and I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe maybe I had a better impact than I thought because I don't know, like I doubt myself a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That showed me like I guess I can be a lot more impactful than I thought, and yeah, I was, and then after that first queue, I did decently well the other two games. So I just started playing more and more. And I eased into the team. They were all really chill with me.
Mm-hmm.
They're all really good teammates. So
Right. Okay. Did you So you said you showed up to every scrim. Did you do good in every scrim, or did did you shit the bed on some scrims? Like what was your mindset going into these scrims? Did you want to do good, or did you want to try and improve?
um I went into it with just whatever prepared us for the tourney. I honestly, the one map I'd say I really stood on was like Neon, but I was a little bit more newer and I just didn't really know how that map flowed as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I overthought it a little bit because it's really just an aim duel map and my aim's really not bad. So because now that's like one of my best maps.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was really the only map I underperformed on. Everything was good. Even if I had a bad performance, or if anyone did, like our team wouldn't take it really seriously. We were just there to get our time in, work,
Right.
like solidify our team, build a foundation, and I think that's what pushed us really far.
Okay. And do you wish to play with these players? Well, actually, you're on a team with Nick right now. How does that feel? Is it like is he still giving you like the guidance to become one of the greats, or are you kind of going on your own and doing your own type of like guide? Excuse me.
Uh, um, I'm getting I'm getting pointers from like a bunch of people, mainly Sam. I can credit Guru too, who's also there. Uh, but yeah, really, I think yeah, just Sam right now. Also got some good VOD reviews from Nolan Advance. Shout out them. But nah, build he was good for in the game. He never really I don't think he really told me like anything about like improving. Sorry for the voice crack, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he didn't really tell me about anything like in the long run. So really, he's just a good like in the game leader.
Mm-hmm.
I never really went to him for outside advice. Really, I think Remster gave me some pointers, especially at radar, because I never really used radar,
Right.
but
Right.
he told me to work on that. But I have a lot of respect for Bill just because like the work he put on ice, like that guy was just like
Mm-hmm.
him and Remster just popped off, and they play such a big role in the team, and everyone played a really big role. But taking up like taking up that much responsibility to like lead a team, like can't imagine that.
Right.
But right now, like I don't think it's looking too great because he doesn't really want to play with weak fat. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's shift on to the current draft. There's a lot of people expecting great things out of you this tournament. Do you think you're going to live up to the hype?
Um, yeah, I think if I get some more scrims in after I come back
Mm-hmm.
from vacation because I'm currently on vacation right now. I'll be back Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
so I could definitely get some more scrims in. But yeah, as long as I like find a role, I'm gonna start playing for more kills. Honestly, I'll still because you can still play for kills and also like get some objective in as
Right.
well.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like yeah, I'm just trying to solidify my like aim dueling, try to also get some kills because I think that's the one part I haven't really like excelled in that much because I'm good anchor and I'm good OBJ. I can frag out, like I've shown that a little bit, but I don't think I've like really solidified it yet. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to experiment with that. But yeah, I think I have to step up a little bit more than how I had to for ice because I don't know, just a lot of internal issues right now. But I think all be good. It's whatever.
Mm. Do you think how do you choose like what role to play? Because you said you had to figure out your role. How do you For the people that don't understand that, how do you go into a team and look at the team and figure out what role you need to fill?
Um, so if there's like any like so if I notice there's any like if we lack control in a certain space, especially like before like if they're already on OBJ and I just want to like solidify like a space for us,
Mm-hmm.
I usually like especially on null side, like I take mid usually,
Right.
even when like objective is like on the side, like side calf or side cells, so
Mm-hmm.
they can't get a good flank and just rip the whole like OBJ apart.
Okay.
So I do that, especially Rolando side. I think that's like the main map, but
Yeah.
usually I play OBJ because most of the teams like you always have like a top two or like top three that are pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just play that, because they're obviously trying to take space, get more kills for the team, that way we can play our rules. So whatever that's like, pretty much like kind of a selfish role, I guess.
Okay. And do you are you seeing this role like, or is this role successful to you? Do you see yourself winning games, or do you think that you need to take up more of like the aggressive player like Paul Straub?
Um, yeah, I think us, especially the whole team playing a role, was really important. Also, yeah, I also had some pretty good impact plays, I think.
Okay.
Uh, my team really highlighted that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I noticed like I was also like kind of force capping a lot, and I think that was just like an experience thing. I knew not to force cap, but it was just like I didn't really know too much like to deviate from there because I didn't want to deviate too out of my role. So
Right. Right.
that was kind of just a bad habit. But yeah, I'm starting to yeah just the experiment stuff. So I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive, but also
Okay.
play OBJ. I'd say maybe like a Wally, but not really too much. It's just like just whatever works, I guess. Honestly.
So you meant that was going to be my next question. You mentioned Wally. Are there any other players that you're trying to mimic their play style but kind of make it your own in a way? Like, are you taking inspiration from any other players?
Definitely Build. I think Build is like probably the number one inspiration. Not that I like look up to him, but I just like how he plays. Like I look at his gameplay, I'm like, damn, he really can just do whatever the fuck he wants, honestly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just what I've been looking at.
Okay. Okay. So, what was your reaction to being drafted so early on and to a pretty powerful team too?
So I was looking kind of nervous because I mean I had faith in Mister, but everyone on that team didn't really want to be on that team
Mm-hmm.
just because I mean there was also Dakota too, which I mean I can see why. Like I don't have an issue with Dakota. I never had like a team issue with him because never been on a team with him. But I knew like with the L9 thing, he didn't really have a great rep after that, and him
Mm-hmm.
and Sam being on that team after that, I don't think would have worked well. So we got ready, and we have snacks now as well. So I think
Mm-hmm.
we'll do good, but I think yeah, it's just some people being emo on our team.
Mm. Okay. And you keep saying you're on the grind. Can you tell the people what that means? Can you give us an example of what it means when you're on the grind?
So getting out of school at 4, taking like a 2 hour nap to re-rest, and then playing PF and avoiding homework until the next day. My grades are good, by the way, but
Uh
yeah,
huh.
just getting that playtime in.
Nokia seems like a nappy guy. He loves his naps.
Yeah, let's not talk about yesterday. I was looking at through the podcast, but it's all right.
Okay. So you say playtime, right? How do you think playtime is really that important? Because you've moved up quite heavily in the ranks and you don't have a lot of playtime. You've become better than players. Let's see, how many matches do you have right now? You have less than 100, I'd bet. You have.
Like 130 or 20.
Oh,
I don't
that's mine. Whoops. I was going to talk about my. Whoops. This is so unprofessional, guys. Okay. You have 116 matches. How do you think that you compare to somebody like myself who has almost 400, or even a player like a player like uh a player like Mister who has really like a lot more games than you, and you're either coming close or surpassing their skill level. Do you think that playtime is really that important?
Yeah, I think playtime's pretty fundamental. I think also like my strategic stuff. I don't really know too much because I'm not like I just go with the flow, honestly. But I always
Mm-hmm.
make sure like because I kind of like take it seriously. Like I want to improve. That's like a big motivator for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just usually on whatever team, if I notice anything in the game, try to adapt honestly. And then, but I think with clipping, like honestly, with that, I use a lot of strategies to like hit clips. So there's a lot of like clipper spots, especially in maps like Transit, Black Site, Metro, where you can just like go or just wall bang or trick shot on certain spots to like get a couple kills. But you also like because I don't know, with me, like you could also sense out like lineups it's really weird how to like describe it, but you know that wall bang on like Metro?
Yeah, like the one from Purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I remember the second five-man collat I hit there. Um, I was just like looking at the gaps in space to see if my team had control of purple and whatnot, and see if they were just like if the enemy team was just stuck in this one. And I noticed I hadn't shot through that spot in like for like a minute, and our team didn't really have any like space there. So I was like, there's probably a lot up there. I just shot and got a five-man collat. There's also other times where I can just like seek out like gaps to know if there's lineups and stuff. So I think that's also like just where my strategy kind of birthed from.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Can you share what it's been like to have such a quick uprising?
Definitely been a lot of pressure. I feel the pressure sometimes, but now I don't take it like obviously take it seriously, but I don't take it like too seriously. Like don't really care what others think.
Mm-hmm.
It's like also like I definitely don't want people like shitting on me. That's also like a big part. Like I don't want to like burger out, but I know it's
Mm-hmm.
like I mean you can't learn if you don't fail. So
Right. Right. And that's what I was going to talk about next. Actually, you've played all three levels of Q: for IQ, Burger Q, and Pro Q. What's the difference between Fry Q and Burger Q, and then what's the difference between Burger Q and Pro Q?
so fly is just really I feel like people who don't really have a grasp for the mechanics of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, they know the premise of it, but they don't know like they don't function well. But I feel like in Burger they have decent mechanics. I guess they know what works like well with their teams, what they should be doing in game. Like they notice a little bit of patterns, like maybe where like the head coaches are useful spots and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and just overall like yeah, getting more impact and getting like more kills, winning more fights that like are in their favor. Because I noticed in Frog Q, like even if the fight's in their favor, like they're not winning that fight.
Right. Right.
And Pro Q is just yeah. I tried. I think I've only played like one full game of that, and it's just completely different. Honestly, it felt really weird, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I did that bad. It was 39-40. So
Can you
that's
talk
okay.
about your first game in Pro Q? What felt different? Like how did it? Because you said it was a completely different experience with Burger Q. What made it so different?
Um, I just felt like it was all like because in Burger Q we never really like palmed like our like our pathings like at the beginning of the game, what
Mm-hmm.
to do and whatnot. And yeah, I noticed them like explaining like a bit. It's like definitely a lot more strategic. Like the game,
Right.
like it feels like it flows the same, but it feels slower just because there's like more thought into it. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a little bit flustering. And I was also kind of like nervous too. I was like, oh, I don't hope I don't shit and get my shit revoked, but it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that bad. I don't think.
Now, since Guru is here, I do want to ask Guru a question. Guru, are you open to a question? Oh,
Hey man, sure.
hey, Guru. Guru, you're a top player, arguably the second best player. Can you tell me and Nokia, can you tell me and Nokia here, what do you think the difference is between Burger and Pro Q, and how can you break out from Burger Q into Pro Q? What makes us to like the breakouts into Pro Q?
I mean, for me, the difference between Pro Q and Burger Q, it doesn't come down to mechanics or anything like that. Like I feel like to some extent, everybody can shoot their guns pretty well. Above
Mm-hmm.
average. But I think it comes down to understanding map knowledge, good communications, taking initiative.
Mm-hmm.
When clearly you're on the back end of map control or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's those like little things I think together that play a big impact into having a breakthrough from Burger Q to Pro Q. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Awesome. Thank you, Guru.
Yeah,
No
that was a
problem.
great explanation. I don't have the experience to commentate on that. So that was a definitely good question to ask him. That was great.
Thank you. So Nokia, back to you. We're gonna go back to you. Um, what's next in store for you?
Um, honestly, for the December tourney, bro, I'm trying to move up some big time, bro. I'm gonna try to play more, definitely play more pro queue because I feel like that's just, I feel like I can learn a lot from that, especially just how they play in there. Like I noticed it's a lot more strategic, a lot more different,
Hmm.
a lot more emphasis on pathing and whatnot.
Right,
So
right,
I'm trying to focus on that. Also getting VODs in. I got an SSD, so I've been recording some games, trying to
right.
get more feedback on that.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to break into the top 15 for December. Spin Evolution. Guru
Okay.
knows about that.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, Team Spin Evolution, baby. Let's
Uh-huh,
go.
uh-huh.
so, um, I'm just gonna go to the basic questions that I ask every interviewee. There, who are some players that you're looking out for this tournament, especially you being a breakout player? Who are some players that you're looking out for that you think could stop your motion?
I'm looking at J Bounty. I'm looking at I mean J Bounty's already good, but bro, I noticed that guy playing scrims like this guy, the fucking beast. I'm looking at Tayukas. I think he's gonna have a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also looking at Keanu. I mean, Keanu's been playing before, but he's definitely he came back and he's like this guy's pretty fucking good, pretty fucking good. I'd say definitely better than me right now. I think he's moving up to like mid-tier pro key player.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And who are some underrated players that you're looking at? Some players that aren't exactly in the limelight.
Not in the limelight. Trying to think about this one. I think, I mean, I think Two Step has always kind of been a little bit in the limelight, but I think there's less on him now. But
Mm-hmm.
I think Two Step is really, really good. Also, I think you asked the same questions why I answered like the underrated players, but yeah, it's
Oh, whoops.
still also Two Step is in that conversation as well. He's great.
Mm-hmm. And so, who are some overrated players that you're looking at? If you can even say that, like, do you see any players that are and you're like, this player's overrated. I don't think they're that good.
Um, who am I? Let me think of this one because I think I might know like maybe one. I might have an idea. Who can I think of? Uh, maybe like a little bit of okay, yeah, maybe a Carbon just a little bit, but I think he's still very good. Like he's pretty much like properly rated. I think it's just a little bit. Like
Mm-hmm.
he can somehow have like he's a little bit inconsistent.
Right, right. Okay. And do you think, do you have faith in your in Team Wigpad, or do you think you guys aren't going to go far?
I have faith, and I know like, and I'm like new, so I don't know him that well, but I know Anton, Sam. I know I'm cool with. I mean, I'm cool with everyone on that team. I've already been teammates with Build. It's just I think we have the right mental for whatever comes towards us. We're attentive, we're communicative. I think it'll work, and I'm trying to, yeah, trying to get more scrims in, especially when I come back. Just got to make up for the time I miss.
Okay. Um. Yeah. Guru, do you have any questions for Nokia?
Not particularly, no.
Well, Nokia, I have no more questions for you. Is there anything that you want to say to me?
Um,
Anything you want to say to the pod?
I'm gonna say, yeah, shout out to anybody listening. Shout out anybody looking at me right now, supporting me. I'll definitely gonna try to live up to the expectations. Definitely gonna try to get better. Um, yeah, like Phantom Forces. I thought I was completely done with that game. Honestly, I came in to comp scene. I was like, yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna last, or if I'm even gonna do good or even last. But yeah, just seeing everyone being supportive, like it's been honestly really great. I've had some great teammates, great turning experience. It also really helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Notice I've been improving more and more, and just really trying to further that improvement. Try to play more, be attentive to my team more, trying to just boost my stats up more so I can also frag out and just be flexible in my role and just be chill. Also, hope the community grows even more. Honestly, it's been great.
Sick. Thank you, Nokia Angel 2008, for joining the Conticast. This is a little shorter episode, But I just wanted to get this breakout player in on the podcast and, interview him, see where he's going, and clearly he's going far. So thank you for joining, and thank you for our special guest listener, Guru, for hopping in the pod and helping out with an answer. And this is Conti on the Conticast signing off.